So what is your relationship like with Piero's family, and why are you doing it at home?
I am at their house because I was invited to the wedding. It was personally through Piero. I met him at a cigar bar that we were both just happened to be smoking cigars at and drinking, and we got chatting, and this was about a couple of weeks before the wedding, and we decided that, Leo decided that he'd go to this wedding, and he knew, obviously, Eleanor before this, so he went with her, and surprisingly, Eleanor also knows the family, so it's a small world.
Okay, so in your scene with Jean, who's playing Eleanor, you two have to choreograph amongst yourself a dance-like movement sequence that kind of shows off your relationship.
Yes.
So how's this process like?
At first it was very difficult because me and Jean both have very different styles of moving. At first it wasn't necessarily conflicting ideas or movements per se, but it was just, it was interesting to see two people who have an experience in movement both trying to share each other's ideas. It came out fine. We started for the first 6 weeks just exploring every run, every rehearsal we had something different, not prepared but just on the spot. But only recently, about last week, we actually finalized and solidified our movements, and I'm very happy with it. You know, we work with space a lot more now. We've learned a lot about depth, even though there isn't much in the space. There's a lot of width, which we use. But in F303, we didn't have that, so as soon as we moved into the space for F, everything changed. I think that applies with everyone. So that was interesting.
So now I'm going to ask you some questions about the choreography of the slam dances.
Yeah.
So with a dual role as both the choreographer of the slam dances and as Leo, so how has this experience been different from you than others?
It's been very different, actually. It's been different because I've never taken the role of a choreographer before. I've done dance choreography, but not movement with text. Post-dramatic movement, you can almost say. It's my field of work. I definitely always find myself visualizing, imagining things like this when I'm on my own, reading text. So it's a great opportunity to do the choreography. It's my first time doing it. It's been a great experience. The people I'm working with are obviously, because it's men and women, it's different. It's just a lot of learning. Yeah, because this is the kind of work I want to go into, movement, choreography. So it's great that I get this opportunity to try this with my peers, people who accept me for my mistakes, for the beginning part of it. But with Leo, it's basic character work. I haven't, to be honest, put in as much work as I should be. It is a smaller role than most people in the play. I'm trying my best with it because it is difficult to play someone 10 years above your age. But yeah, if anything, it's more, I'm putting everything into the choreography at the moment.
So how's this process coming along for you? Like, how do you come up with the movements, or how do you start it?
A lot of the choreography was done by myself. I have to be able to do it myself before I give it to them. So a lot of it was up here, on my own, just working in a studio with a mirror, just experimenting, exploring what looks nice, and also with the characters, with the boys and the girls. I never have anything finalized when I come onto the floor with them. It's always, I'll give them something, and they'll give something back, and we put our work together and see where it goes. It's been very different with the girls, though. The guys, I feel, I connect with a lot easier.
So in relation to that question, in relation to your answer,
yes.
I want to ask, so the physicality of the woman that's performing the slam dance is different from the men. So how do you adapt these different physicalities into the slam dances, and as a result, how are these two dances different from each other?
That's definitely one of the biggest challenges of this production for me, differentiating the two styles of the men and the women. Because in my head, you know, thinking of the choreography, it was always just this one style of kind of staccato, legato, changing from one to the next. And I wasn't concentrating much on space or just shape as an ensemble and not for the individual. I wasn't really thinking of that until Jean came in and started to play around with the girls' dance. I asked for her help. At first, the guys' dance is very linear. It's a lot of linear shapes, movements, you know, just shapes and forms in general. It's all just linear and straight lines. There's hardly any curves. So Jean decided to introduce curves to the girls' slam dance, which was just right in front of me, but I didn't really grasp that opportunity. So Jean's been a great help for the girls' slam dance. She connects with them a lot easier than I do. It's hard to do a dance about women, and the women being taught this dance they're not being taught by a woman, and it's a dance about women's frustration. So it was very difficult. I was having a hard time just really entering their little world that they have in this place. So Jean has just stepped in and saved my life in that situation.
Thank you.